thank you so much for coming out this evening. If you're here for Richard III, you're in the right place. If you're not, stick around because I think it'll be fun anyways. My name is Lilla. I co-directed the show with
Alexa. Thank you all for being here. Before we start the show, we have a few announcements for you all. Number one, the runtime of the show is approximately 2 hours and 10 minutes with a 10-minute intermission in the middle.
Should there be an emergency during that roughly 2 hours, the best exit is directly behind you, or if that should be blocked for some reason, through this hallway here and then all the way to your left.
If you should want to use the restroom, you can use the aisle to go downstairs, and the bathroom should be straight ahead, keeping in mind, of course, that there will be movement up and down this aisle at some points during this show.
And finally, a couple content warnings. One, this is Shakespeare. There will be violence. This is Richard III. There will be murder. Our vision is 1980s themed. There will be simulated smoking with fake cigarettes on stage. And finally, there will be a gunshot sound effect near the end of the play. So know your own needs and attend to yourself as necessary. With that being said, I think we'll start the show. A gruesome civil war of many years is now ended by an uneasy peace. The Lancasters have all been banished or killed, Queen Margaret and King Henry among them. And now the House of York sits on the throne.
Edward IV, our current reigning monarch, and his lovely wife, Queen Elizabeth, now reign in peace with their two strapping sons, the two young princes, Ned and Little York. The king's middle brother, Clarence, the witty pencil pusher, Buckingham, Catesby, PA to the royal household, and the politicians, Earl Rivers, brother to the Queen, Hastings, the Lord Chamberlain and top advisor to the King of England, Lord Stanley, supporter of those in power, attended by his stepson, Henry Richmond. And lastly, the man you're all here to see, Richard of Gloucester, the King's youngest brother. And if, in time, you should forget all this, check out the family tree inside his home.
Here, I hope, begins our lasting joy.
Cheers!
Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by this son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. And now our brows are bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war had smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers, nimbly, in a lady's chamber, to the lascivious pleasing of a lute. But I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking glass. I, that am rudely stamped, and want love's majesty to strut before a wanton ambling nymph. I, that am curtailed of this fair proportion, cheated of feature by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world, scarce half made up, and that so lamely and unfashionable that dogs bark at me as I halt by them. Why I, in this weak, piping time of peace, have no delight to pass away the time, unless to spy my shadow in the sun, and descant on mine own deformity. And therefore, since I cannot prove a lover, to entertain these fair, well-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain, and hate the idle pleasures of these days. Plots have I laid, inductions dangerous, by drunken prophecies, libels, and dreams, to set my brothers, Clarence and the King, in deadly hate the one against the other. And if King Edward be as true and just as I am subtle, false, and treacherous, this day should Clarence be closely viewed up, about a prophecy that says that G of Edward's heirs the murderer shall be. Which I have thought down to my soul. Here Clarence comes. Brother, good day. What means this armed guard that waits upon your grace?
His Majesty, tendering my person's safety, hath appointed this conduct to convey me to the tower.
Upon what cause?
Because my name is George.
Alack, my lord, that fault is none of yours. He should for that commit your godfathers. It would be like his Majesty hath some intent that you shall be new christened in the tower. But what's the matter, Clarence, may I know?
Yea, Richard, when I know. For I protest as yet I do not. But as I can learn, he hearkens after prophecies and dreams, and from the crossrow plucks the letter G, and says a wizard told him that by G his issue disinherited should be, and for my name of George begins with G, it follows in his thought that I am he.
Why this it is when men are ruled by women. 'Tis not the king that sends you to the tower. Elizabeth, his wife, Clarence, 'tis she that tempers him to this extremity. We are not safe. We are not safe.
I do beseech your graces both to pardon me. His Majesty hath straitly given in charge that no man shall have private conference of what degree soever with his brother.
Even so, I'll please your worship, Brackenbury. You might partake in anything we say. We speak no treason, man. We say the king is wise and virtuous, and his noble queen well struck in years.
We know thy charge, Brackenbury, and will obey.
We are the queen's objects and must obey. Brother, farewell. I will unto the king. Meantime, this deep disgrace in brotherhood touches me deeper than you can imagine.
I know it pleaseth neither of us well.
Well, your imprisonment shall not be long. I will lie for you, or else deliver you. Meantime, have patience.
I must perforce. Farewell.
Simple, plain Clarence, I do love thee so, but I will shortly send thy soul to heaven, if heaven take the present at our hand. But who comes here? The new delivered Hastings.
A good time of day unto my gracious lord.
As much unto you, my good Lord Chamberlain. How hath your lordship brooked imprisonment?
With patience, my noble lord, as prisoners must, but I shall live, my lord, to give them thanks that were the cause of my imprisonment.
No doubt, no doubt. And so shall Clarence too, for they that were your enemies are his, and have prevailed as much on you as him.
More pity that the eagle should be mewed while kites and buzzards pray at liberty.
What news abroad?
No news so bad abroad as this at home. The king is sick, weak, and melancholy, and his physicians fear him mightily.
Now by St. John, this news is bad indeed. He hath kept an evil diet long, and overmuch consumed his royal person. It is very grievous to be thought upon. What, is he in his bed?
He is.
Go you before, and I will follow you. He cannot live, I hope, and must not die till George be packed with post-horse up to heaven. And if I fail not in my deep intent, Clarence hath not another day to live. Which done, God take King Edward to his mercy, and leave the world for me to bustle in. For then, I'll marry with the Lady Anne. What though I killed her husband and her father? The readiest way to make the wench amends is to become her husband and her father. But yet, I run before my horse to market. Clarence still breathes. Edward still lives and reigns. When they are gone, then can I count my gains.
Thou bloodless remnant of that royal blood, pale ashes of the house of Lancaster, be it lawful that I invocate thy ghost to hear the lamentations of poor Anne. Oh, cursed be the hand that made these holes. Cursed the heart that had the heart to do it. Cursed the blood that let thy blood from hence. If ever he have child, abortive be it. If ever he have wife, let her be made more miserable by the life of him than I am made by my poor husband's death. What black magician conjures up this fiend to stop devoted, charitable deeds? Avaunt, thou dreadful minister from hell!
Sweet saint, for charity be not so curt.
Fell devil, for God's sake, hence, and trouble us not. For thou hast made the happy earth thy hell. If thou delight to view thy heinous deeds, behold this pattern of thy butcheries.
Lady, you know no rules of charity.
Villain, thou know'st no law of God nor man. No beast so fierce but knows some touch of pity.
But I know no beast and therefore am none.
Oh, wonderful when devils tell the truth.
More wonderful when angels are so angry. Vouchsafe the divine perfection of a woman, but to give me leave, by circumstance, to acquit myself.
Vouchsafe diffused infection of a man, but to give me leave for these known evils by circumstance, to curse thy cursed self.
Fairer than tongue can name thee, let me have some patient leisure to excuse myself.
Fouler than heart can think me, thou canst make no excuse current but to hang thyself.
By such despair I should accuse myself.
And by despairing shouldst thou stand excused, for doing worthy vengeance on thyself which didst unworthy slaughter upon others.
Say that I slew them not.
Why, then they are not dead. But dead they are, and devilish slaved by thee. Didst thou not kill my husband?
I grant you, yes.
Thus grant me, hedgehog! Then God grant me too, thou mayst be damned for that wicked deed. Oh, he was gentle, mild, and virtuous.
The fitter for the King of Heaven that hath him.
He is in heaven where thou shalt never come.
Let him thank me that hope to send him thither, for he was fitter for that place than earth.
And thou unfit for any place but hell.
Yes, one place else if you will hear me, lady.
Some dungeon.
Your bedchamber. Let's leave this keen encounter of our wits and fall somewhat into a slower method. Is not the causer of the timeless death of these Plantagenets, Henry and Edward, as blameful as the executioner?
Thou art the cause and most accursed effect.
Your beauty was the cause of that effect. Your beauty, which did haunt me in my sleep to undertake the death of all the world, that I might live 1 hour in your sweet bosom.
If I thought that, I tell thee, homicide. These nails should rend that beauty from my cheeks.
These eyes cannot endure that beauty's wreck. As all the world is cheered by the sun, so I by that. It is my day, my life.
Black night o'ershade thy day, and death thy life.
It is a quarrel most unnatural to be revenged on him that loveth you.
It is a quarrel just and reasonable to be revenged on him that slew my husband.
He that bereft thee, lady, of thy husband, did it to help thee to a better husband.
His better doth not breathe upon the earth.
He lives that loves thee better than he could.
Where is he?
Why dost thou spit at me?
Would it were mortal poison for thy sake.
Never came poison from so sweet a place.
Never hung poison on a fouler toad. Out of my sight. Thou dost infect my eye.
Thine eyes, sweet lady, have infected mine.
Would they were basilisks to strike thee dead.
I would they were, that I might die at once, for now they kill me with a living death. Those eyes of thine from mine have drawn salt tears. These eyes that never shed remorseful tear. Nor, when thy warlike father, like a child, told the sad story of my father's death, that all the passers-by had wet their cheeks like trees bedashed with rain, my manly eyes did scorn a humble tear. And what these sorrows could not thence exhale, thy beauty hath, and made them blind with weeping. Teach not thy lips such scorn, for they were made for kissing, not for such contempt. If thy revengeful heart cannot forgive, lo, here, I lend thee this sharp-pointed blade, which if thou please to hide in this true bosom, and let forth the soul that adoreth thee, I lay it naked to the deadly stroke, and humbly beg the death upon my knee. Nay, now dispatch, for 'tis I that killed King Henry, but 'twas thy beauty that provoked me. Nay, do not pause! I stabbed the young Prince Edward, but 'twas thy heavenly face that set me on. Take up the blade again, or take up me.
Arise, dissembler. Though I wish thy death, I will not be thy executioner.
Then bid me kill myself, and I will do it.
I have already.
Tosh, that was in thy rage. Speak it with the word, and even again, that hand, which for thy love did kill thy love, shall for thy love kill a far truer love.
I would I knew thy heart.
'Tis figured in my tongue.
I fear me both are false.
And never man was true.
What of your blade?
Say then, my peace is made.
That shall you know hereafter.
But shall I live in hope?
All men I hope live so.
Vouchsafe to wear this ring.
To take is not to give.
Look, how my ring encompasseth thy finger, and even so thy breast encloseth my poor heart, where both of them, for both of them are thine. And after I've interred this noble prince, and wet his grave with my repentant tears, I will with all expedient duty see thee.
With all my heart. And much it joys me too to see you are become so penitent.
Bid me farewell.
'Tis more than you deserve. But since you teach me how to flatter you, imagine I have said farewell already.
Was ever woman in this humour wooed? Was ever woman in this humour won? I'll have her, but will not keep her long. What? I, that killed her husband and her father, to take her in her heart's extremest hate, with curses in her mouth, tears in her eyes, the bleeding witness of her hatred by, and yet, to win her, all the world to nothing. Hath she forgot already that brave prince, Edward, her lord, whom I, some 3 months since, stabbed in my angry mood at Tewkesbury? A sweeter and a lovelier gentleman the spacious world cannot again afford. And will she yet debase her eyes on me, that cropped the golden prime of this sweet prince and made her widow to a woeful bed? On me, that halt and am misshapen thus? I do mistake my person all this while. She finds, although I cannot, myself to be a marvellous proper man. I'll be at charges for a looking glass. I'll entertain some score or two of tailors to study fashions to adorn my body. But first, I'll turn yon fellow in his grave, and then return lamenting to my love. Shine out, fair sun, till I have brought a glass, that I may see my shadow as I pass.
Have patience, sister. There's no doubt His Majesty will soon recover his accustomed health.
If he were dead, what would betide of me?
The heavens have blessed you with 2 goodly sons who shall be your comforters when he is gone.
Oh, but they are young. And their minority is put onto the trust of Richard Gloucester, a man who loves not me nor none of you.
Is it confirmed he shall be Lord Protector?
So it must be if the king miscarry.
Here come the Lords of Buckingham and Stanley.
Good time of day and to your royal praise.
God make your majesty joyful as you have been.
So are you looking today, my Lord of Stanley?
But now the Duke of Buckingham and I are come from visiting his majesty.
What likelihood of his amendment, lords?
Good hope, his grace speaks cheerfully.
God grant him health. Did you confer with him?
Aye, madam, he desires to make atonement betwixt Richard of Gloucester and your brother, and betwixt him and my Lord James XI.
Would all were well, but that will never be. I fear our happiness is at the height.
Who are they that complain unto the king that I forsooth them stern and love them not? Because I cannot flatter and look fair, smile in men's faces, smooth, deceive and cog, a duck with French nods and apish courtesy, and must I be held a rancorous enemy? Cannot a plain man live and think no harm, but thus his simple truth must be abused by silken, sly, insinuating jacks?
To whom in all this presence speaks your grace?
To thee, that hast nor honesty nor grace. When have I injured thee? When done thee wrong? Or you, madam, or any of your faction?
You mistake the matter, Brother Gloucester.
I cannot tell. The world is grown so bad that wrens may prey where eagles dare not perch. Since every jack became a gentleman, there's many a gentle person made a jack.
Come, we know your meaning, Brother Gloucester. You envy my advancement and my friends. God grant we may never have need of you.
Meantime, God grants we have need of you. My brother is imprisoned by your means.
I never did incense his majesty against the Duke of Clarence, but have been an earnest advocate to plead for him.
And you may deny that you are not the cause of my Lord Hastings'
She
lady
may, my lord.
She may, Lord Rivers. Why? Who knows not so? She may do more, sir, than denying that. She may help you to many fair preferments. What may she not? She may, yea, marry may she.
Marry may she.
One marry may she. Marry with a king.
My Lord of Gloucester! I have too long borne your blunt upbraidings and your bitter scoffs. I'd rather be a country serving maid than a great queen in this condition, to be thus baited, stormed, and scorned at. Small joy have I in being England's queen. By the heavens, I will acquaint his majesty with these gross taunts I have often endured.
Tell him, and spare not. Look, what I have said I will avouch in presence of the king. Are you a queen, or your husband king? I was a pack horse in his great affairs. In all which time, you and your brother Rivers were factious for the house of Lancaster. Let me put in your minds, if you forget, what you have been now, and what you are, with all what I have been, and what I am.
My lord of Gloucester, in those busy days which here you do urge to prove us enemies, we followed then our lord, our lawful king. So should we you, if you should be our king.
If I should be, I had rather be a peddler. Far be it from my whole heart the thought of it. I am too childish, foolish for this world.
As little joy may you suppose in me that I enjoy, being the queen thereof.
Aye, little joy enjoys the queen thereof. For I am she, and altogether joyless. Hear me, you wrangling pirates that fall out and staring at what you have pilled from me. Which of you trembles not that looks on me? Oh, gentle villain, do not turn away.
What makest thou in my sight, foul, wrinkled witch? wert thou not banished on pain of death?
I was, but I do find more pain in banishment than death can yield me here by my abode. A husband and a son thou owest me, and thou a kingdom, all of you allegiance. What were you snarling all before I came, ready to catch each other by the throat, and turn you all your hatred now on me? Why then give way, dull clouds, to my quick curses. If not by war, by surfeit die your king, as ours by murder to make him a king. Edward thy son, which now is Prince of Wales, for Edward my son, that was Prince of Wales, die in his youth by like untimely violence. Thyself a queen for me that was a queen, outlive thy glory like my wretched self. Long mayst thou live to wail thy children's death, and after many lengthened hours of grief, die. Neither mother, wife, nor England's queen. My Lord of Hastings, you were stander by, and so wast thou, Earl Rivers, when my son was stabbed with bloody daggers. God, I pray him that none of you may live your natural age, but by some unlooked accident cut off.
Have done thy charm, thou hateful withered heart.
And leave out thee? Stay, dog, for thou shalt hear me. The worm of conscience still gnaw thy soul. Thy friends suspect for traitors while thou livest, and take deep traitors for thy dearest friends. No sleep close up that deadly eye of thine, unless it be while some tormenting dream affrights thee with a hell of ugly devils, thou elvish-marked, abortive, rooting hog, thou loathed issue of thy mother's heavy womb, thou slander of thy father's loins, thou rag of honor, thou detested...
Margaret!
Richard!
Huh?
I call thee not.
I do cry thee mercy, for I thought thou had called me all these bitter names.
Why, so I did, but looked for no reply.
Thus, you have breathed your curse against yourself.
Poor, tainted queen. Vain flourish of my fortune. Why strewest thou sugar on the bottled spider, whose deadly web ensnareth thee about? Fool, fool, thou whetst the knife to kill thyself. The time will come when thou shalt wish for me to help thee curse that poisonous bunch-backed toad.
Have done, have done.
Oh, Buckingham, take heed of yonder dog. Why, when he fawns, he bites, and when he bites, his venom tooth will rankle to the death. Have not to do with him. Beware of him. Sin, death, and hell have set their marks on him.
What doth she say, my lord of Buckingham?
Nothing that I respect, my gracious lord.
What, dost thou scorn me for my gentle counsel? Oh, but remember this another day, when he shall split thy very heart with sorrow, and say, poor Margaret was a prophetess. Live, each of you, the subjects to his hate, and he to yours, and all of you to God's.
My hair doth stand on end to hear her curses.
So doth mine. Amused why she's at liberty.
I cannot blame her. By God's holy mother, she hath had too much wrong, and I repent my part thereof that I have done unto her.
A virtuous and very Christian-like conclusion to pray for those that have done scathe to us.
So do I ever, being well advised.
Madam, his majesty doth call for you and for your grace, and you, my noble lords.
Catesby, we come. Lords, go with us.
We wait upon your grace.
Catesby, hast thou brought any whom corrupting gold would tempt unto a close exploit of death?
I've brought a discontented gentleman, Gold are as good as 20 orders and will, no doubt, tempt him to anything.
What is his name?
His name, my lord, is Tyrrell.
I partly know the man. Go, call him hither. I do the wrong, and first begin to brawl. The secret mischiefs that I set abroach, I lay unto the grievous charge of others. Clarence, whom I indeed have cast in darkness, I do beweep to many simple gulls, namely to Stanley, Hastings, and Buckingham, and tell them 'tis the Queen and her allies that stir the king against the Duke my brother. Now they believe it, and withal wet me to be revenged on Rivers and the Queen. But then I sigh, and with a piece of holy scripture tell them that God bids us to do good for evil. And thus I clothe my naked villainy with odd old ends stolen out of holy writ, and seem a saint when most I play the devil. Is thy name Tyrrell?
James Tyrrell, and your most obedient servant.
Art thou indeed?
Prove me, my gracious lord.
Well now, my hardy, stout resolved mates, are you going to dispatch this thing?
We are, my lord, and come to have the warrant that we may be admitted to where he is.
Well thought upon. I have it here about me. But sirs, be sudden in the execution, withal obdurate. Do not hear him plead, for Clarence is well spoken, and perhaps may move your hearts to pity if you mark it.
Fear not, my lord. We will not stand to prate. We come to use our hands and not our tongues.
Your eyes drop millstones when fools' eyes drop tears. I like you, lads. Go, dispatch, about your business straight.
We will.
We will, my noble lord.
Why, I can smile and murder whilst I smile, and cry content to that which grieves my heart, and wet my cheeks with artificial tears, and frame my face to all occasions. I can add colours to the comedian, change shapes with Proteus for advantages, and set the murderous Machiavel to school. Can I do all this, and cannot get a crown? Tut, were it farther off, I'll pluck it down.
Why look so grace so heavily today?
Oh, I have passed a miserable night, so full of ugly sights, of ghastly dreams, that as I am a Christian faithful man, I would not spend another such a night.
What was your dream? I long to hear you tell it.
Methought that I had broken from the tower, and was embarked across to Burgundy. And in my company, my brother Richard, from my cabin, tempted me to walk upon the hatches. There looked we toward England, and sighted up 1,000 fearful times during the wars of York and Lancaster that had befallen us. As we paced along upon the giddy footing of the hatches, methought that Richard stumbled, and in falling, struck me that thought to stay him overboard into the tumbling billows of the main. Lord, methought what pain it was to drown. What dreadful noise of waters in my ears. What ugly sights of death within mine eyes. Methought I saw 1,000 fearful racks 10,000 men that fishes gnawed upon, wedges of gold, great anchors, heaps of pearls, inestimable stones, unvalued jewels, all scattered in the bottom of the sea. Some lay in dead men's skulls, and in those holes where eyes did once inhabit, there were crept as 'twere in scorn of eyes, reflecting gems, which wooed the slimy bottom of the deep and mocked the dead bones that lay scattered by.
And you such leisure in the time of death to gaze upon the secrets of the deep?
No. No, my dream was lengthened afterlife. Oh, there began the tempest of my soul. I passed, methought, the melancholy flood with that grim ferryman that poets write of, unto the kingdom of perpetual night. The first that there to greet my stranger's soul, a shadow like an angel with bright hair, dabbled in blood, and he shrieked out aloud, "Clarence is come! False, fleeting, perjured Clarence, that stabbed me in the field by Tewkesbury. Seize on him, furies. Take him to your torments." With that, methought, a legion of foul fiends environed me and howled in my ears such hideous cries that with the very noise I trembling waked. And for a season after could not believe but that I was in hell. Such terrible impression made the dream.
No marvel, my lord, there is a fright of you. I'm afraid myself to hear you tell it.
I prithee, Brackenbury, stay by me. My soul is heavy, and I fain would sleep.
Marry and will, my noble lord. Lord, give your grace good rest. Sorrow breaks seasons and reposing hours, makes the night morning, and the noontide night.
Oh, who's here?
What's that, fellow? How came you hither?
I would speak with Clarence, and I came hither on my legs.
What? So brief?
'Tis better, sir, to be brief than tedious. Show him our commission. Talk no more.
I will not reason what is meant hereby, because I will be guiltless of the meaning. Do as you will. There lies the Duke asleep.
Shall we stab him as he sleeps?
No, and he will say 'twas done cowardly when he wakes.
When he wakes, why, fool, he shall never wake till the judgment day.
Why, then he will say we stabbed him sleeping.
The urging of that word judgment hath bred a kind of remorse in me.
What? Art thou afraid?
Not to kill him, having a warrant for it, but to be damned for killing him, from which no warrant can defend us.
I thought thou hadst been resolute.
So I am. To let him live.
I'll back to the Duke of Gloucester and tell him so.
Nay, I pray thee stay a while. I was wont my holy humor will change. One would count to 20.
How dost thou feel thyself now?
Faith, some certain dregs of conscience are yet within me.
Remember our reward when the deed is done.
Zoons! I had forgot the reward.
Where is thy conscience now?
In the Duke of Gloucester's purse. Come, shall we fall to work?
Take him over the costume with the hilt of thy sword, then we'll throw him in the wine barrel in the next room.
An excellent device. Make a sop of him.
Hark! He stirs.
Shall I strike?
No. First let us reason with him.
Where art thou, keeper? Bring me a cup of wine.
You shall have wine enough, my lord, anon.
In God's name, what art thou?
A man, as you are.
But not as I am royal.
Nor you as we are loyal.
How darkly and how deadly dost thou speak? Who sent you hither? Wherefore do you come?
To
murder me.
Aye.
Wherein, my friends, have I offended you?
Offended us you have not, but the king.
Oh, if you love my brother, hate not me. I am his brother, and I love him well. If you be hired for meed, go back again, and I will send you to my brother Richard, who will reward you better for my life than Edward will for tidings of my death.
You are deceived. Your brother Richard hates you.
Oh, no, he loves me, and he holds me dear. Go you to him from me.
Aye, so we will. 'Tis he that sent us here to slaughter thee.
Make peace with God, for you must die, my lord.
Which of you, if you were a prince's son, being pent from liberty as I am now, if two such murderers as yourselves came to you, would not entreat for life? My friend, methinks I spy some pity in thy looks. Oh, if thine eye be not a flatterer, come upon my side, and entreat for me. A begging prince, what beggar pities not?
Look behind you, my lord.
Desperately dispatched. How fain, like Pilate, would I wash my hands of this most grievous murder?
How now? What means that thou helpst me not? By heavens, the Duke shall know how slack thou art.
I would that he knew I had saved his brother. Take the fee.
Go, coward as thou art. Well, I'll go hide the body in some hole till the Duke take order for his burial.
Why so? Now have I done a good day's work and set my friends at peace on earth. Rivers, Hastings, take each other's hands. Dissemble not your hatred and swear your love.
By heaven, my soul is purged from grudging hate, and with my hand I seal my true heart's love.
And so thrive I, as I truly swear the like.
Madam, yourself are not exempt from this. Wife, love Lord Hastings. Let him kiss your hand.
Here, Hastings, I will never more remember our former hatred, so thrive I and mine.
Now, princely Buckingham, seal thou this league and make me happy in your unity.
Whenever Buckingham doth turn his hate upon your noble grace, God punish me with hate in those where I expect most love. When I most need to employ a friend, deep, hollow, treacherous, and full of guile be he under me.
Good morrow, my sovereign king and queen and princely peers. A happy time of day.
Happy indeed, as we've just spent the day, made peace of enmity, fair love of hate.
A blessed labour, my most sovereign liege. 'Tis death to me to be at enmity. I hate it, and desire all good men's love. First, madam, I entreat true peace of you, which I will purchase with my duteous service. Of you, my noble cousin Buckingham, if ever any grudge were lodged between us. Of you, Lord Hastings, and Lord Rivers, you, but all without desert to frown on me. Dukes, earls, lords, gentlemen, indeed of all, I do not know that Englishman alive with whom my soul is any jot at odds more than the infant born tonight. I thank my God for my humility.
I would to God all stripes were well compounded. My sovereign liege, I do beseech your majesty to bring your brother Clarence to your grace.
Why, madam, have I offered love for this? Who knows not that the gentle duke is dead?
Who knows not that he's dead? Who knows not that he is?
Clarence dead, the order was reversed.
But he, poor man, by your first order died, and that a winged Mercury did bear. Some tardy cripple bore the countermand.
My brother slew no man. His fault was thought, and yet his punishment was cruel death. Who sued to me for him? Who in my rage knelt at my feet and bade me be advised? Who spake of brotherhood? Who spake of love? Who told me, when we both lay in the fields, frozen almost to death, how he did lap me up even in his own garments, and gave himself all thin and naked to the numb cold night? All this from my remembrance, broad as wrath, sinfully blunt, and a man of you, had so much grace to put in my mind. Oh God, I fear thy justice will take hold on me, and you, and mine, and yours. Come, Hastings, help me to my closet. Oh, poor Clarence.
This is the very fruit of rashness. Mocked you not how that the guilty brother of the queen looked pale when he did hear of Clarence's death? How he did urge it still unto the king. God will revenge it.
We wait upon your grace.
Madam, my mother, I do cry thee mercy, I did not see your grace. Humbly on my knee, I do crave your blessing.
God bless thee, and put meekness in thy mind, love, charity, obedience, and true duty.
Amen. And make me die a good old man. That is the butt end of a mother's blessing. I do marvel why her grace did leave it out.
Oh, who shall hinder me to wail and to weep?
What means the scene of rude impatience?
Edward, my lord, your son, our king, is dead. Why grow the branches now, the root is withered? Why wither not the leaves, the sap being gone?
I have bewept a worthy husband's death, and lived to look upon his images. But now 2 mirrors of his princely semblance are cracked in pieces by malignant death. And I, for comfort, have but one false glass which grieves me when I see my shame in him. Oh, pour all your tears on me, your sorrow's nurse, and I will pamper them in lamentations.
Madam, have comfort. Yeah, all of us have cause to wail the dimming of our shining star. But none can cure their harms by wailing them.
Sister, bethink you like a careful mother of the young prince, your son. Send for him. Let him be crowned. In him your comfort lives.
Me seemeth good that with some little train, forthwith from Ludlow the young prince be fetched hither to London to be crowned our king.
Why with some little train, my lord of Buckingham?
Marry, my lord, lest by a multitude the new-healed wound of malice should break out.
I hope the king make peace with all of us, and his compact is true and firm in me.
And so in me, and so I think in all. Therefore I say with noble Buckingham that it is with let so few should fetch the prince.
And so say I.
Then be it so, and go we to the town.
My lord protector, they go to the prince. For God's sake, let us too not be behind. For, by the way, sort of occasion to part the queen's proud brother from the prince.
My other self. My council's consistory, my oracle, my prophet. Oh, my dear cousin, I, like a child, go by thy direction.
Last night I hear they lay at Stony Stratford. Tomorrow or next day they will be here.
Oh, I long with all my heart to see the prince. Oh, I hope he is much grown since last I saw him.
But I hear no. They say my son of yore hath almost overtaken him in his growth.
Aye, mother, but I wish it were not so.
Why, my young cousin, it is good to grow.
Grandma, one night as we did sit at supper, my Uncle Rivers talked how I did grow much more than my brother. Aye, my Uncle Richard. Small herbs have grace, great weeds do grow with haste.
Good faith, the saying does not hold. He was the wretchedest thing when he was young.
Mary, they say my Uncle Richard grew so fast that he could gnaw a crust at 2 hours old.
A heartless boy, you're too shrewd.
Good madam, be not angry with the child.
Pitchers have ears.
Oh, here comes Stanley. What news?
Such news, my lord, as grieves me to unfold.
How fares the prince?
Well, madam, and in health.
What is thy news then?
Lord Rivers, your brother, is sent to Pomfret as a prisoner.
Who had committed him?
The mighty Dukes Richard and Buckingham.
For what offense?
'Tis all unknown to me, your holiness.
I see the downfall of our house. Welcome, destruction, death, and massacre. I see as in a map the end of all.
Brother against brother. Blood against blood. Self against self. Oh, let me die to look on death no more.
Come, my boy, we will to sanctuary. Madam, farewell.
Oh, I will come with you.
You have no cause.
My gracious lady, go, and thither bear your treasures and your goods. Come, I'll conduct you to sanctuary. Welcome, sweet prince, to London, to your capital.
Welcome, dear cousin. My thoughts are sovereign. The weary way hath made you melancholy.
No, uncle, but our many crosses on the way have made it tedious, wearisome, and heavy. There are more uncles here to welcome me.
No, the uncles which you want were dangerous. Your grace attended on their sugared words, but looked not on the poison of their hearts. God keep you from them, and from such false friends.
God keep me from false friends, but they were none.
My lord, the Lord Chamberlain comes to greet thee.
God bless your grace with health and happy days. Thank you, good my lord, and thank you all. I thought my mother and my brother of York would long ere this have met us on the way.
On what occasion, God he knows not, I, the queen, your mother, and your brother York have taken sanctuary. The tender prince would fain have come with me to meet your grace, but by his mother was perforce without.
Fie, what an indirect and peevish course is this of hers? Lord Hastings, will you go persuade the queen to send the Duke of York, or from her jealous arms pluck him perforce?
My lord of Buckingham, God in heaven forbid we should infringe upon the holy privilege of blessed sanctuary.
Ah, you are too senseless obstinate, my lord, too ceremonious and traditional. Oft have I heard of sanctuary men, but sanctuary children never till now.
I go, my lord.
Say, Uncle Richard, if our brother come, where shall we sojourn until our coronation?
Well, it seems best unto your royal self. If I may counsel you some day or two, for your best health and recreation, your highness shall repose you at the Tower.
I do not like the Tower of any place. Did Julius Caesar build that place, my lord?
Oh, he did, my lord, begin that place, but which since succeeding ages have re-edified.
So wise, so young, they say, do never live long.
And in good time, here comes the Duke of York.
Richard of York! How fares our loving brother?
Well, my dread lord, as I must call you now.
How fares our cousin, noble Lord of York?
Well, I thank you, gentle uncle. Oh, my lord, you say that idle weeds are fast to grow. The prince, my brother, hath grown me far.
He hath, my lord.
Therefore is he idle?
Ah, I must not say so.
He's more beholden to you than I.
He may command me as my sovereign, but you have power in me as a kinsman.
Oh, pray you, uncle, give me your weapon.
Oh, would you have my pistol, little lord?
Yes, that I may thank you as you call me.
How?
Little.
My Lord of York will still be cross in talk. Uncle, your grace knows how to bear with him.
You mean to bear me, not bear with me. Uncle, my brother mocks both you and I. Because I am little, like an ape, he thinks that you should bear me on your shoulder.
Ooh. What a sharp, provided, witty reasons. So cunning and so young is wonderful.
My lord will please you pass along, myself and my good cousin Buckingham will to your mother, to entreat of her at the tower and welcome you there.
To the tower, my lord?
My Lord Protector needs will have it so.
I would not sleep in quiet at the tower.
Why? What should you fear?
Mary, my Uncle Clarence's angry ghost. Granham says he was murdered there.
I fear no uncle's dead.
Nor none that live, I hope.
And if they live, I hope I need not fear.
He is all the mothers from top to toe.
Well, let them rest. Come hither, Catesby. What thinkst thou? Is it not an easy matter to make William Lord Hastings of our mind for the installment of this noble duke into the seat royal of this famous isle?
The prince so loves his father that he will not be one to aught against him.
What thinkst thou then of Stanley? What will he?
He will do all in all as Hastings does.
Well, then no more but this. Go thou, gentle Catesby, and as if it were far off, sound thou Lord Hastings. Thou doth he stand affected to our purpose, and give us notice of its inclination.
Okay. Commend me to Lord Hastings. Tell him that Rivers is let blood upon Brick Castle. Shall we hear from you, Catesby, ere we sleep?
You shall, my lord.
What shall we do, my lord, if we perceive Lord Hastings will not yield to our compliments?
Chop of his head, man. Something will determine. And look, when I'm king, claim thou of me the earldom of Hereford, and the movables whereof the king my brother stood possessed.
I'll claim that promise at your grace's hands.
And look to have it yielded with all kindness. Come, let us sup betimes, that afterwards we may digest our complots in some form.
And then he sends you word he dreamt tonight the beau has raised his helm. Therefore he sends to know your lordship's pleasure, if presently you would take horse of him, to shun the danger that his soul demands.
Go, Richmond, go. Return unto Lord Stanley. Tell him his fears are shallow, wanting substance. As for his dreams, I wonder he is so simple to trust the foolery of unquiet slumbers. Go! Return to your father, bring him to me, and then he and I together will go into a meeting where he shall see that the boar will treat us kindly.
My gracious lord, I'll tell him what you say.
Many good morrows, my most gracious lord.
Oh, good morrow, Catesby. You are early stirring. What news in this our tottering state?
It is 'Tis a reeling world indeed, my lord, and I believe 'twill never stand upright till Richard wear the garland of the realm.
Wear the garland? Dost thou mean the crown?
Aye, my good lord.
I'll have this crown of mine kept for my head before I see that crown so foul misplaced.
And thereupon he sends you this good news. This same very day, your enemy, the brother of the queen, must die of Pomfret.
Indeed, I'm no mourner for that news, because he has still been mine enemy.
'Tis a vile thing to die, my lord, while others are unprepared and look not for it.
Oh, come on, where is your four-spear, man? Fear you the boar and go so unprovided?
My lord, good morrow, Shakespeare. You may jest on, but by the holy rude rivers at Pomfret, when he rode from London, was jocund, and supposed his state was sure. When clouds appear, wise men put on their cloaks.
Well met, my lord. I'm glad to see your honor.
Oh, I thank thee, Archbishop, from the bottom of my heart. I'm in your debt for the last exercise. Come to the next Sabbath, and I will content you.
What? Talking with a priest, my lord. Your friend at Pomfret, he doesn't need the priest.
Go we toward the tower.
We do, but long I shall not stay. I shall return before your lordship ends.
'Tis like enough for I stay for dinner there.
And supper too, although thou know'st it not.
Come, bring forth the prisoner.
My lord James Tyrrell, let me tell thee this. Today thou wilt see a subject die for truth, for duty, and for loyalty. God keep the prince from the pack of you. A knot you are of damned bloodsuckers. You live that shall cry woe hereafter.
Come, dispatch. The limit of your life is out.
Now Margaret's curse has fallen upon my head. For standing by when Richard stabbed her son. And then cursed she Hastings, then cursed Buckingham, then cursed she Richard. Oh God, remember to hear her prayers for them as now for me. Farewell, until we meet again in hell.
In God's name, speak. When is the holy day?
Are all things ready for that royal time?
It is, and wants but nomination.
Tomorrow, then, judge a happy day.
Who knows the Lord Protector's mind herein?
Your grace, we think, should soonest know his mind.
Who? I? We know each other's faces, but for our hearts, he knows no more of mine than I of yours, nor I no more of his than you of mine. Lord Hastings, you and he are near in love?
I have not sounded your grace, nor has he delivered his gracious pleasure any way therein, but you, my lords, may name the time, and on the Duke's behalf, I'll give my voice.
Now in good time, here comes the Duke himself.
Noble lords and cousins all before, I've been long asleep.
Had you not come upon your cue, my lord, William Lord Hastings had pronounced your part, your voice, for crowning of the king.
Then Lord Hastings might no man be bolder. His lordship knows me well and loves me well.
I thank your grace.
Archbishop,
Aye, my lord.
when I was last in Holborn, I saw some good strawberries in your garden there. I do beseech you send for some of them.
Marry, and I will, my lord, with all my heart.
Cousin of Buckingham, a word with you. Catesby hath sounded Hastings in our business, and finds the testy gentleman so hot that he will lose his head, give consent.
Withdraw yourself a while, I'll go with you.
We have not yet set down this day of triumph. Tomorrow my opinion is too sudden, for I myself am not so well provided as ere I would be were the day prolonged.
Where's my Lord Protector? I have sent for these strawberries.
I think his grace looks cheerfully and smooth today. There's never a man in Christendom that can less hide his love or hate than he, for straight by his look shall you know his heart.
And what of his heart perceive you in his face, by any likelihood he showed today?
Marry, that would no man hear is he offended, for if he were, he had shown it in his looks.
I pray you all, tell me what they deserve that you conspire my death with devilish plots of damned witchcraft.
I say, my lord, they deserve death.
Be your eyes the witness of their evil. Look how I am bewitched. Behold, mine arm is like a blasted sapling withered up. And this is Edward's wife, that monstrous witch, that by her witchcraft thus hath marked me.
She has done
If thou protector of this damned strumpet, talk'st thou to me of ifs? Thou art a traitor. Off with his head! I will not dine until I see the same. My lord of Catesby, look that it be done. The rest that love me, rise and follow me!
Come, dispatch. The Duke would be at dinner.
Whoa. Woe for England. Not a whit for me, for I too far might have prevented this. Stanley did dream the boar did raise its helm, but I disdained it and did scorn to fly. Oh, Margaret! Margaret! Now thy heavy curse is laid on poor Hastings' wretched head.
Come, dispatch. 'Tis bootless to exclaim.
Oh, bloody Richard. Miserable England! Oh, I prophesy to thee the most fearfulest time that ever did wretched age look upon. Come, lead me to my block. Bear him my head. They that smile at me shall soon shortly be dead.
Come, cousin, canst thou quake and change thy colour, murder thy breath in the middle of a word, and then begin again and stop again as if thou wert mad and distraught with terror?
I can counterfeit the tragedian. Speak and look back and cry on every side. Tremble and start wagging of a straw. But what is Catesby gone?
He is, and brings the Lord Mayor along.
Lord Mayor!
Look to the drawbridge there!
Hark! A drum!
Cousin, overlook the walls!
Lord Mayor, the reason we have sent...
Look behind, defend thee, here are enemies!
God and our innocency defended, guard us!
Be patient. 'Tis our friend Catesby.
Here is the head of that ignoble traitor, the dangerous and unsuspected Hastings.
So dear I love the man that I must weep.
Well, he was the covertst shelter traitor! Lord Mayor, would you believe that this day the subtle traitor had plotted in the council house to murder me and my good lord of Gloucester?
What, had he so?
What? Think you we are Turks or infidels? Or that we would, against the form of law, proceed thus rashly to the villain's death, but that the extreme peril of the case did enforce us to this execution.
Now fair befall you. He deserved his death. And you, my good lords, both have well proceeded to warn false traitors from the like attempts. But I'll acquaint our duteous citizens with your just proceedings in this cause.
And to that end we wished your lordship here.
And so, my good Lord Mayor, we bid farewell.
Go. After Cousin Buckingham, the mayor towards Guildhall hires him in all post. There, at your meetest advantage of the time, infer the bastardy of Edward's children. Moreover, urge his hateful luxury and bestial appetite in change of lust, which stretch to their daughters, wives, and servants, even where, without control, his savage heart and lustful eye listed to make his prey. Nay, for a need, come thus far near my person. Tell them, when that my mother went with child of unsatiate Edward, princely York, my noble father, had then wars in France, and just by computation of the time found out that Edward was not his begot. But touch this sparingly as 'twere far off, because you know, my lord, my mother lives.
I go, and toward 2 or 3 o'clock, look for the news that the Guildhall affords.
Catesby, give order that no manner of person have any time recourse unto the princes.
Strawberries. This is the indictment of the good Lord Hastings, which in a set hand is fairly engrossed. 11 hours I spent to write it over, for yesternight by Catesby was it brought me. And yet, within these 5 hours lived Lord Hastings, untainted, unexamined, free, at liberty. Here's a good world the while. By who's so gross that seeth not this palpable device? Yet who's so blind that says he sees it not? Bad is the world, and all will come to naught when such bad dealings must be seen in thought.
How now, what say the citizens?
Now by the holy mother of our Lord, the citizens are mum, and speak not a word.
Did you infer the bastardy of Edward's children?
I did, with his contracts with whores and harlots, the insatiate greediness of his desires, and his enforcement of the city wives, his tyranny for trifles, his own bastardy as being not your father then in France. Withal, I did infer your lineaments, your discipline in war, wisdom in peace, your bounty, virtue, fair humility, and when mine oratory grew to an end, I did bid them that did love their country's good cry, God save Richard, England's royal king.
Ah, and did they so?
No. So God help me, they spake not a word, but like dumb statues or breathing stones just gazed upon each other, looked deadly pale. Ugh.
What tongueless blocks were they? Would not they speak? Will not the Lord Mayor and his brethren come?
The Lord Mayor is here at hand. Intend some fear. Be not you spoke with, but by mighty suit. And look you, grab a prayer book in your hand, for on that ground I'll build a holy descant. And be not easily won to our request. Play the maid's part. Still answer nay, then take it. Go up to the leads, the Lord Mayor knocks. Welcome, my lord. Man's attendance here. I think the Duke will not be spoke withal. How now, Catesby, what says your lord?
My noble lord, he doth entreat your grace to visit him tomorrow or the next day. He is within, with 2 right reverend fathers, divinely bent in holy meditation. And in no worldly suit would he be moved to draw him from this holy exercise.
Return, good Catesby, to thy lord again. Tell him myself, the mayor, and the citizens are come to have some conference with this race.
I'll signify so much unto him straight.
not an Edward. He is not lulling on a new love bed, but meditating with two deep divines, not sleeping to engross his idle body, but praying to enrich his watchful soul. Ah, happy were England, should this virtuous prince take on himself the sovereignty thereof. But sure, I fear we ne'er shall win him to it.
Mary, God forbid his grace should say us nay.
I fear he will. How now, Catesby, what says his grace?
My lord, he wonders to what end you have assembled such troops of citizens to speak with him. My lord, he fears you mean him no good.
But by heaven, we come to him in perfect love, and so return once more and tell his grace. When holy and devout religious men are at their beads, 'tis hard to draw them thence, so sweet is zealous contemplation. See, a book of prayers in his hand. True ornaments to know a holy man. Famous Plantagenet, most virtuous prince. Please, pardon us the interruption of thy devotion and right Christian zeal.
My lord, there needs no such apology. I rather do beseech you pardon me, who, earnest in the service of my God, neglect the visitation of my friends. But leaving this, what means your gracious pleasure? I do suspect that I have done some offense that may seem disgracious in the city's eyes, and that you come to reprehend my ignorance.
You have. Might it please your grace in our entreaties to amend that fault?
As wherefore breathe I in the Christian land.
Then no, it is your fault that you resign the seat supreme, the throne majestical. Woe to the land that's governed by a child. This noble isle doth want her proper limbs, which, to recure, we heartily solicit your gracious self to take on you the charge and kingly government of this, your land, not as protector, steward, substitute, but as successively from blood to blood, this, your right of birth, your empery, your own.
I do not know whether to depart in silence or busily to speak in your reproof. Your love deserves my thanks, but my desert unmeritable shuns your high request. First, if all obstacles were cut away, and my path were even to the crown. Yeah, so much is my poverty of spirit, so mighty and so many my defects, that I had rather hide me from my greatness. But God be thanked, there's no need of me. The royal tree hath left us royal fruit, which will become the seat of majesty and make us no doubt happy by his reign.
You say Prince Edward is your brother's son. So say we too, right? But not by Edward's wife. Therefore, would my lord take to yourself this proffered benefit of dignity.
Do, good my lord, your citizens entreat you.
Refuse not, my lord, this proffered love.
Oh, make them joyful. Grant their lawful suit.
Why do you heap such cares on me? I am unfit for state or majesty. I do beseech you, take it not amiss. I cannot, nor I will not yield to you.
Yet whether you will yield our suit or no, your brother's son shall never reign our king, but we shall plant some other in the throne to the disgrace and downfall of your house. And in this resolution, here, we leave you. Come, citizens, I shall entreat no more.
Zoons!
Oh, do not swear, my cousin of Buckingham.
My lord, call them again. Accept their suit.
Do, good my lord, lest all the land do rue it.
Would you enforce me to a world of care? Come again. I am not made of stone. Cousin of Buckingham, and you sage, grave men, since you will buckle fortune on my back, I must have patience to endure the load. But God, he knows, and you may partly see how far I am from the desire of this.
Then I salute you with this kingly title. Long live Richard, England's royal king!
Long live Richard, England's royal king!
Tomorrow, will it please you to be crowned.
Even when it pleases you, since you'll have it so.
Tomorrow, then, we shall attend your grace. And so, most joyfully, we take our leave.
Come, let us to our holy task again. Farewell, good cousin. Farewell, gentle friends.
Daughter, well met.
God give your graces both a happy and a joyful time of day.
As much to you, good sister? Whither away?
No farther than the tower, and as I gas upon the like devotion of yourselves, to gratulate the gentle princes there.
Kind sister, thanks. We'll enter all together. And in good time, here the lieutenant comes. Good Brackenbury, I pray you, by your leave, how doth the prince and my young son of York?
Right well, dear madam. By your patience, I may not suffer you to visit them. The king has strictly charged the contrary.
Why, the king? Who's that?
I cry you mercy. I mean the Lord Protector.
The Lord protect him from that kingly title. Hath he set bounds betwixt their love and I? I am their mother. Who should keep me from them?
I am their father's mother. I shall see them.
Their aunt I am in law, and love their mother.
No, madam. No, I may not leave it so. I'm bound by oath, and therefore, pardon me.
Come, madam, you must straight to Westminster, there to be crowned Richard's royal queen.
Despiteful tidings! Oh, unpleasing news!
Oh, cut my lace in sunder, that my pent heart may have some scope to beat, or else I swoon at this dead-killing news.
Be merry. Father, how fares your grace?
Oh, Richmond, speak not to me. Get thee hence. Death and destruction dog thee at the heels. If thou wilt outstrip death, go cross the seas and live, young Richmond, from the reach of hell.
Go. Hie thee from this slaughterhouse, lest thou increase the number of the dead.
Oh, my accursed womb, a bed of death. A cockatrice hast thou hatched to the world, whose unavoided eye is murderous.
Come, madam, come, I in all haste was sent.
And I in all unwillingness will go. I would to God that the inclusive verge of golden metal that must round my brow were red hot steel to sear me to the veins. Anointed let me be with deadly venom, and die ere men can say, God save the queen.
Go, poor soul, I envy not thy glory, but to feed my humor, wish thyself no harm.
No? Why? When he that is my husband now came to me, as I followed Edward's course, when scarce the blood was well washed from his hands that issued from my other angel husband, this was my wish. Be thou, quoth I, accursed, for making me so young, so old a widow. And when thou weddest, let sorrow haunt thy bed, and be thy wife, if any be so mad, as miserable by the life of thee as thou hast made me by my poor lord's death. Within so short a time, my woman's heart grossly grew captive of his honey words, and proved the subject of my own soul's curse. Never yet, 1 hour in his bed have I enjoyed the golden dew of sleep, but have been waked by his timorous dreams. Besides, he hates me, and will, no doubt, shortly be rid of me.
Farewell, thou woeful welcomer of glory.
Adieu, poor soul that takes thy leave of it.
Go thou to France, sir, and good fortune guide thee. Go thou to Richard, and good angels guard thee. Go thou to sanctuary, and good gods possess me. I to my grave, where peace and rest lie with me.
Stay, yet look back with me unto the tower. Pity, you ancient stones, those tender babes whom envy hath immured within your walls. Rough cradle, for such little pretty ones. Rude ragged nurse, use thou my babies well.
Cousin of Buckingham,
my sovereign liege,
give me thy hand. Thus, I, by thy advice and thy assistance, is King Richard seated. But shall we wear these honours for a day, or shall they last and we rejoice in them?
And still they live, and forever may they last.
O Buckingham, now do I play the touch, to try if thou be current gold indeed. Prince Edward lives. Think now what I would say.
Say on, my loving lord.
O Buckingham, I say I would be king.
Why, so you are my thrice renowned liege.
Am I king? 'Tis so, but the princes live.
True, noble prince.
Oh cousin, you never used to be so dull. Shall I be plain? I wish the bastard's dead, and would have it suddenly performed. What sayest thou? Speak suddenly, be brief.
Your grace may do your pleasure.
Tut, thou art all ice. Thy kindness freezeth. Say, have I thy consent that they shall die?
Give me some breath, some little pause, my lord, before I positively speak in this.
The high-reaching Buckingham grows circumspect. The deep-revolving, witty Buckingham no more shall be the neighbour to my counsel. Holds he out with me untied this long, and stops he now for breath? Well, be it so.
My loving lord, I hear that Henry Richmond has fled across the sea to France.
Catesby.
My lord.
Rumour it abroad that Anne, my wife, is very grievous sick. Look how thou dream'st. I say again, give out that Anne, my wife, is sick, and like to die. Now I know that Breton Richmond aims at young Elizabeth, my brother's daughter, and by that knot proudly overlooks my crown. I must be married to my brother's daughter, or else my kingdom stands on brittle glass. Murder her brothers and marry her, uncertain way of gain. that I am in, so far in blood that sin will pluck on sin. Tear-falling pity dwells not in this eye. Tyrrell, darest thou resolve to kill a friend of mine?
Please you, but I had rather kill two enemies.
Well, there thou hast it, two deep enemies, foes to my rest and my sweet sleep's disturbers. Tyrrell, I mean those bastards in the tower.
Let me of open means to come to them, and soon I'll rid you from the fear of them.
Thou singst sweet music. Hark, come hither. Go by this token. There is no more but so. Say it is done, and I will love thee and prefer thee for it.
It is done, my noble lord.
My lord, I have considered in my mind the late request that you did sound me.
Well, let that rest. Richmond is fled to France. He Stanley's stepson. He should look to it.
But, my lord, I claim my gift, my goodbye promise, the earldom of Hereford and the movables the which you promised I should possess.
Stanley, look to your wife. If she convey letters to Richmond, you shall answer it.
My lord, what says your highness to my just demand?
I do remember that Henry VI did prophesy that Richmond should be king, when Richmond was a little peevish boy. A king, perhaps.
My lord.
How chance the prophet could not at that time have told me, I being by, that I should kill him.
My lord, your promise for the earldom.
Richmond. A bard of Ireland once told me I would not live long after I saw Richmond.
My lord!
Aye, what a clock.
I am most bold to put your grace in mind of what you promised me.
Well, let it strike.
Why let it strike?
Because that, like a jack, thou keep'st the stroke betwixt thy begging and my meditation. I am not in the giving vein today.
Well then, resolve me whether you will or no.
Thou troublest me. I am not in the vein.
And is it thus? Rewards he my true service with such contempt? I mean, I am king for this. Oh, let me think on Hastings, and be gone to Richmond while my fearful head is on.
The tyrannous and bloody act is done. The most arch deed of piteous massacre that ever yet this land was guilty of. Dighton and Forrest, whom I did support in this ruthless piece of butchery, although they were fleshed villains, bloody dogs, wept like two children in their death's sad story. Lo, thus, quoth Dighton, lay those tender babes. Thus, quoth Forrest, girdling one another within their innocent alabaster arms. A book of prayers on their pillow lay, which once, quoth Forrest, almost changed my mind. But oh, the devil! And there the villain stopped, while Dighton thus told on. We smothered the most replenished work of sweet nature that from the prime creation e'er she framed. Thus, both are gone with conscience and remorse they could not speak, and so I left them to bring these tidings to the bloody gate. Oh, and here he comes. All hail, my gracious sovereign.
Kind Tyrrell, am I happy in thy news?
If to have done the thing you gave in charge beget your happiness, be happy then, for it is done.
But didst thou see them dead?
I did, my lord.
And buried, gentle Tyrrell?
The chaplain of the tower hath buried them, but how or in what place I do not know.
Come to me. Soon it after supper, where thou shalt tell me the process of their death. Farewell till then. The sons of Edward sleep in Abraham's bosom, and Anne, my wife, hath bid the world good night. Richard's himself again.
My lord, my lord.
Good news or bad that thou comest in so bluntly?
Bad news, my lord. Archbishops fled to Richmond, and Buckingham is like to join with them.
The upstart Richmond troubles me more near than Buckingham and his rash levied army. Come, muster men, my counsel is my shield. We must be brief when traitors brave the field.
Oh, my poor princes! Oh, my tender babes! Wilt thou, O God, fly from such gentle lands and throw them in the entrails of the wolf? When didst thou sleep when such a deed was done?
Blind sight. Dead life, poor mortal living ghost. Woes seen, world's shame. Graves due by life usurped. Rest thy unrest on England's lawful earth, unlawfully made drunk with innocence' blood.
Oh, thou couldst as well afford a grave as thou could yield a melancholy seat. Then would I hide my bones, not rest them here. Oh, who hath any cause to mourn but we?
If sorrow can admit society, tell o'er your woes again by viewing mine. I had an Edward, till a Richard killed him. I had a Harry, till a Richard killed him. Thou hadst an Edward, till a Richard killed him. Thou hadst a Richard, till a Richard killed him. From forth the kennel of thy womb hath crept a hellhound that does hunt us to the death, that dog that has his teeth before his eyes, thy womb let loose to chase us to our graves. Oh, upright, just, and true disposing God, how do I thank thee that this carnal cur preys on the issue of his mother's body.
Oh, Margaret, triumph not in my woes. God, witness me, I have wept for thine.
Bear with me, I am hungry for revenge, and now I cloy me with beholding it. Richard yet lives. Hell's black intelligence are only reserved their factor to buy souls and send them thither, but at hand ensues his piteous and unpitied end. Earth gapes, hell burns, fiends roar, saints pray to have him suddenly conveyed away. Cancel his bond of life, dear God, that I may live to say, the dog is dead.
Thou didst prophesy there should be a time where I should wish for thee to help me curse that bottled spider, that foul bunchback toad.
I called thee then vain flourish of my fortune. I called thee then a garish laugh. Where is thy husband now? Where is thy brother? Where are thy children? Wherein dost thou joy? Who sues and kneels and says, God save the Queen? Where be the bending peers that flattered thee? Where be the thronging troops that followed thee? Deny all this and see what now thou art. For happy wife, a most distressed widow. For joyful mother, one that wails the name. For queen, a very caitiff, crowned with care. For one being sued to, one that humbly sues. For one that scorned at me, now scorned of me. For one being feared of all, now fearing one. For one commanding all. obeyed of none. Thus hath the course of justice wheeled about and left thee but a prey to time, having no more but thought of what thou wert, tormenting thee the more, being what thou art. Farewell, York's wife, and queen of sad mischance. These English woes will make me smile in France.
Stay, thou well skilled in curses, and teach me how to curse mine enemies.
Forbear to sleep the nights, and fast the days. Think that thy babes were fairer than they were, and he that slew them fouler than he is.
Who intercepts my expedition?
She that might have intercepted thee by strangling thee in her cursed womb for all the slaughters, wretch, that thou hast done.
Tell me, thou villain slave, where are my children?
Thou tongue, where is my brother Clarence?
Where is my brother Rivers?
Where is kind Hastings?
Either be patient or entreat me fair.
Art thou my son?
I thank God, my father, and yourself.
Then patiently hear my impatience.
Mother, I have a touch of your condition which cannot brook the accent of reproof.
Oh, let me speak.
Be brief, good mother, for I am in haste.
Art thou so hasty? I have stayed for thee, God knows, in torment and in agony.
And came I not at last to comfort you?
Thou camest on the earth to make the earth my hell. A grievous burden was thy birth to me, tetchy and wayward in thy infancy, thy school days desperate, frightful, wild and furious, thy age confirmed, daring, bold, and vengeful, thy prime of manhood, subtle, proud, sly, and bloody. What comfortable hour canst thou name that has ever graced me in thy company?
If I be so disgracious in your sight, let me march on and not offend your grace.
Hear me a word, for I shall never speak to thee again.
Sir.
To war, take with thee my most grievous curse. My prayers on the adverse party fight, and there the little souls of Edward's children whisper the spirits of thy enemies and promise them success and victory. Bloody thou art, and bloody will be thy end. Shame serves thy life, and doth thy death attend.
Stay. Madam, I must speak a word with you.
I have no more sons of the royal blood for thee to slaughter.
You have a daughter called Elizabeth.
Must she die for this? Oh, let her live.
Her life is only safest in her birth.
And only in that safety died her brothers.
You speak as if that I had slain the princes.
No doubt the murderous knife was dull and blunt till it was whetted on thy stone-hard heart to revel in the entrails of my lambs.
Ma'am, I intend more good to you and yours than ever by me you or yours were harmed.
What good, covered with the face of heaven to be discovered, can do me good?
The advancement of your children, gentle lady.
Up to some scaffold, there to lose their heads. Tell me, what state, what dignity, what honor canst thou devise to any child of mine?
Even all I have, yea, myself and all. Then know that from my soul I do love thy daughter, and do intend to make her Queen of England.
Then who dost thou mean shall be her king?
Even he that makes her queen, who should be else?
What, thou?
I, even I. What thinkest you of it?
How canst thou woo her?
That would I learn of you as one being best acquainted with her humour.
And wilt thou learn of me?
Madam, with all my heart.
Send to her, by the man that slew her brothers, a pair of bleeding hearts, thereon engrave Edward and York. Then haply she will weep. Therefore, present to her a handkerchief, which, say to her, did drain the purple sap from her sweet brother's body, and bid her dry her weeping eyes therewith. If this inducement move her not to love, send her a story of thy noble acts. Tell her how thou madest away with her uncle Clarence, her uncle Rivers, yea, and for her sake madest quick conveyance with her good Aunt Anne.
Come, you mock me. This is not the way to win your daughter.
There is no other way. Unless thou couldst put on some other shape, and not be Richard that hath done all this.
Say that I did all this for love of her.
Nay, then indeed she cannot choose but hate thee.
Look, what is done now cannot be now amended. Men shall deal unadvisedly sometimes. If I did take the kingdom from thy sons to make amends, I'll give it to your daughter. I cannot make amends what you would, therefore accept such kindness as I can. Again, you shall be mother to a king, and all the ruins of distressful times repaired with double riches of content. What? We have many goodly days to see. The liquid drops of tears that you have shed shall come again, transformed to orient pearl, advantaging their loan with interest of 10 times double gain of happiness. Go then, my mother, to thy daughter go. Prepare her ears to hear a wooer's tale. Acquaint the princess with the sweet, silent hours of marriage joys. And when this arm of mine hath chastised the petty rebels Buckingham and Richmond, bound with triumphant garlands shall I come and lead thy daughter to a conqueror's bed.
What were I best to say? Her father's brother should be her lord, or shall I say her uncle? Under what title shall I woo for thee?
Infer fair England's peace by this alliance.
Which she will purchase with still lasting war.
Say she shall be a high and mighty queen.
To wail the title as her mother doth.
Say I shall love her everlastingly.
But how long fairly shall her sweet life last?
Your reasons are too shallow and too quick.
Oh, no. My reasons are too deep and dead. Too deep and dead poor infants in their graves.
Harp not on that string, madam, that is past.
Harp on it still shall I till heartstrings break.
Now by St. George, my garter and my crown.
Profane, dishonored, and the third usurped.
I swear.
By nothing, for this is no oath. If thou wilt swear by something to be believed, swear then by something that thou hast not wronged.
Then by the world.
'Tis full of thy foul wrongs.
My father's death.
Thy life hath that dishonored.
Then by myself.
Thyself is self-misuse.
Why then by God.
God's wrong is most of all. If thou had feared to break an oath by him, the imperial medal circling now thy brow would have graced the tender temples of my child, and both the princes would be breathing here. But now, two tender playfellows to dust, thy broken faith hath made a prey for worms. What canst thou swear by now?
The time to come.
That thou hast wronged in the time o'erpast. The children live, whose parents thou hast slaughtered. The parents live, whose children thou hast butchered.
I know that Richmond aims to wed Elizabeth. In her consists my happiness and thine. Without her follows to this land and me, to thee herself and many a Christian soul, death, desolation, ruin, and decay. It cannot be avoided but by this. It will not be avoided but by this. Therefore, dear mother, I must call you so, be the attorney of my love to her. Plead what I will be, not what I have been. Not my deserts, but what I will deserve.
Shall I be tempted of the devil thus?
I, the devil, tempt thee to do good.
Yet thou didst kill my children.
But in thy daughter's womb I buried them, where in that nest of spicery they shall breed selves of themselves to your recomfiture.
Shall I go win my daughter to thy will?
And be a happy mother by the deed.
I go. Write to me very shortly, and you shall know from me her mind.
Bear her my true love's kiss. And so farewell. Relenting fool and shallow changing woman. How now, what news?
My gracious sovereign, on the western coast rideth the puissant navy to the shore. 'Tis thought that Richmond is their admiral, and there they ho, expecting but the aid of Buckingham to welcome them ashore.
Some Lightfoot friend post the Duke of Norfolk. Tyrrell thyself, or Catesby. Where is he?
Here, my lord.
Fly to the Duke. Post thou to Salisbury, when thou comest thither. Dull, unmindful villain, why standst thou still and goes not to the Duke?
First readily show me your highness's pleasure, what from your grace I shall deliver to him.
O true, gentle Catesby, bid him levy straight the greatest strength and power he can make, and meet me presently at Salisbury.
I go.
What, may it please you, shall I do at Salisbury?
Why, what wouldst thou do there before I go?
Your highness told me I should post before.
My mind has changed, sir. My mind has changed. How now, what news with you, Lord Stanley?
None good, my lord, to please you with the hearing. Nor none so bad, but well may be reported.
Hoy day, a riddle, neither good nor bad. Once more, what news?
Richmond is on the seas.
Then let him sink and be the seas upon him. White-livered renegade, what doth he there?
I know not, mighty sovereign, but by guess.
Well, sir, as you guess,
Stirred up by Buckingham and the Archbishop, he makes for England, there to claim the crown.
Is the throne empty? Is the king dead? What heir of York is there alive but we? And who is England's king but great York's heir?
Unless for that, my liege, I cannot guess. I know not.
Thou wilt revolt and fly to him, I fear.
No, mighty liege, therefore mistrust me not.
Where is thy power then to beat him back?
They have not been commanded, mighty sovereign. Please it your majesty to give me leave. I'll muster up my friends and come meet your grace.
Aye, thou wouldst be gone to join with him. I will not trust you, sir.
Most mighty sovereign, you have no cause to hold my friendship doubtful. I never was nor will be false.
Well, go, muster men. But hear you. Leave behind your son, George Stanley. Look your faith be firm, or else his head's assurance is but frail.
So deal with him as I prove true to you.
My lord, the army of the Duke of Buckingham.
Out on you, owls! Nothing but songs of death! Take that until thou bringst me better news.
The news I have to tell your majesty is that by sudden floods and fall of waters, Buckingham's army is dispersed and scattered, and Buckingham himself is taken prisoner.
I cry thee mercy. Here is my purse to kill that blow of thine. Away towards Salisbury, While we reason here, a royal battle might be won and lost. Tyrrell, take order that Buckingham be brought to Salisbury. The rest, march on with me.
Your Holiness, tell Richmond this from me, that in the sty of this most bloody boar, my son George Stanley is franked up and whole. If I revolt, off goes young George's head. The fear of that withholds my present aid.
But tell me, where is princely Richmond now?
At Pembroke, or at Harvard West, in Wales, and towards London that they bend their course.
Return unto my son, commend me to him. Tell him the Queen hath heartily consented he shall espouse Elizabeth, her daughter. Farewell.
Will not King Richard let me speak with him? No, my lord, therefore there be laws. Hastings, and Edward's children, Rivers, Clarence, then thy moody, discontented souls do through the clouds behold this present hour. Mark my destruction! This is all Souls' Day material, is it not? It is, my lord. This is the day that in King Edward's time I wished you might fall on me, if I was found false to his children or his wife's allies. This is the day wherein I wish to fall by the false faith of him I trusted most. Now is Margaret's curse fallen upon my head, when he, while she shall split thy heart with sorrow, remember Margaret was a prophetess! Come, sirs, convey me to the block of shame. Wrong hath put wrong, and blame the due of blame.
Off with his head. So much for Buckingham.
Fellows in arms, and my most loving friends, bruised underneath the yoke of tyranny. Thus far, into the bowels of the land we marched on without impediment, and here receive we from our Father Stanley lines of their comfort and encouragement. The wretched, bloody, and usurping boa that swallowed your summer fields and fruitful vines swills your warm blood like wash, and makes a drop in your emboweled bosoms. This foul swine lies down even in the center of this isle. God's name, cheerily on, courageous friends, to reap the harvest of perpetual peace.
Every man's conscience is 1,000 swords to fight against that bloody homicide.
I doubt not but his friends will fly to us. He hath no friends.
Fortune and victory sit on thy helm.
Oh, comfort the dark night can afford me to thy person, noble stepfather. Tell me how fares our loving mother.
I, my attorney, bless thee from thy mother, who prays continually for Richmond's good. I, as I may, that which I would, I cannot, with best advantage will deceive the time and aid me in this doubtful shock of arms. But on my side I may not be too forward, lest, being seen, thy brother, tender George, be executed in his father's sight.
Bishop, conduct him to his regiment. Give me some ink and paper in my tent. I'll draw the form and model of our battle. Then strive with troubled thoughts to take him out. Once more, good night, kind lords and gentlemen. O thee, whose captain I have come to myself, look on my forces with a gracious eye. put in their hands thy burning arms of wrath, that we shall praise thee in the victory. To thee I do commend thy watchful soul, ere I unfold the windows of mine eyes, sleeping and waking. Oh, defend me still! True hope is swift and flies on swallows' wings. Kings it makes gods and mean creatures. Kings.
Here, pitch our tents, even here in Bosworth Field. My trusty Catesby, why look you so sad?
My heart is 10 times lighter than my looks, my lord.
My loyal Tyrrell?
Here, most gracious liege.
We must have knocks, must we not?
You must both take, my gracious lord.
Who hath described the number of the traitors?
6,000 or 7,000 is their utmost power.
Why, our battalion trebles that account. Besides, the king's name is a tower of strength. What is it o'clock?
It is supper time. It is 9 o'clock, my lord.
I will not sup tonight. Give me some ink and paper. Is all my armor laid into my tent?
It is, my liege, and all things are in readiness.
Tyrrell,
My lord.
send to Lord Stanley. Bid him bring his power before sunrising, lest his son George fall into the blind cave of eternal night. Catesby, fill me a bowl of wine. Give me a watch. I have not that alacrity of spirit nor cheer of mind as I was wont to have. Is ink and paper ready?
It is, my lord.
Set it down. Evening. Bid my guard watch. Okay to be. Around the mid of night, come to my tent and help to arm me. Leave me, I said.
Let me sit heavy on thy soul tomorrow, I that was drowned to death with fulsome wine. Poor Clarence, by thy guile betrayed to death. Tomorrow in the battle think on me, and fall thy edgeless sword, to spare and die.
Let me sit heavy on thy soul tomorrow, rivers that die in conflict, despair and die.
Bloody and guilty, guiltily awake, and in a bloody battle end thy days. Think upon Lord Hastings, despair and die.
Richard, thy wife, that wretched Anne, thy wife that never slept a quiet hour with thee, now fills thy sleep with perturbations. Tomorrow in the battle think on me, and fall thy bloody lance, despair and die.
The first was I that helped thee to the crown. The last was I that felt thy tyranny. Oh, in the battle think on Buckingham, and die in terror of thy guiltiness. Dream on of bloody deeds and death. Fainting, despair, despairing, lose thy breath. Lord Buckingham bids thee despair and die.
Think on thy cousins smothered in the tower. Let us be led within thy bosom, Richard, and wait ruin, shame, and death. Thy nephew's souls bid thee despair and die.
Of the horse. Bind up my wound. Have mercy, Jesus! Oh. It is a dream. O coward conscience, how dost thou afflict me? The lights burn blue. It is now dead midnight. Cold, fearful drops stand on my trembling flesh. What should I fear? Myself? There's none else by. Richard loves Richard. That is, I am I. Is there a murderer here? No. Yes. I am. Then fly. What? From myself. Great reason why. Lest I revenge. What? Myself upon myself, alack, I love myself. Wherefore, for any good that I myself have done unto myself. No. Alas, I rather hate myself for hateful deeds committed by myself. I am a villain. Yet I lie, I am not. Fool, of thyself speak well. Fool, do not flatter. My conscience hath 1,000 several tongues, and every tongue brings in a several tale, and every tale condemns me for a villain. Throng to the bar, crying all, guilty, guilty. I should despair. There is no creature loves me. And if I die, no soul shall pity me.
My lord!
Zoons, who is that?
Catesby, my lord, 'tis I. Your friends are up and buckle on their armor.
Oh, Catesby, I have feared a fearful dream. What thinkest thou, will all our friends prove true?
No doubt, my lord.
Oh, Catesby, I fear.
Nay, good, my lord. Be not afraid of shadows.
It is not yet near day. Come, go with me.
Good morning, Richard.
Cry mercy, all the wonderful gentlemen, that you have obtained a tardy sluggard here.
How have you slept, my lord?
The sweetest sleep and first morning dreams that ever entered in a drowsy head. How far into the morning is it, Wars?
Upon the stroke of 4.
Why, then it is time to arm and give direction. More than I have said, loving countrymen. The leisure and enforcement of the time forbids to roll upon. Yet, remember this. God and our good cause fight upon our side. Richard except. Those whom we fight against have rather have us win than him they follow. For what is he they follow? Truly, gentlemen, a bloody tyrant and a homicide. One raised in blood and one in blood established. One that made means to come by what he hath and slaughter those that were the means to help him. If you do sweat to put a tyrant down, you sleep in peace with the tyrant being slain. You do fight against your country's foes, your country's fat shall pay your pains the higher. If you do free your children from the sword, your children's children quitted in your age, then, in the name of God and all these rights, advance your standards, draw your willing swords, sound drums and trumpets, boldly and cheerfully. God and St. George, Richmond and victory!
Richmond and victory!
Tell the clock then. You saw the sun today.
Not I, then.
But he disdains to shine. For by the book you should have braved the east about an hour ago. A black day would it be to somebody. Tyrrell?
My lord.
The sun will not be seen today. The sky doth frown and lower upon our army. Not shine today. What is that to me more than it is to Richmond? The self-same heaven that looks sadly upon me frowns upon him.
Arm, my lord, the foe vaunts in the field.
Come, bustle. Comparison my horse. Call up Lord Stanley. Bid him bring his power. Every man unto his charge. Let not our babbling dreams affright our souls. Conscience is but a word that cowards use, devised at first to keep the strong in awe. What more shall I say than I have inferred? Remember whom you are to cope withal. A sort of vagabonds, rascals, and runaways, whom that overcloyed country vomits forth to desperate ventures and assured destruction, and who doth lead them but a paltry fellow, a milksop, one that never in his life felt so much cold as over shoes in snow. Let's whip these stragglers over the seas again. Lash hence these overweening rags of France, these famished beggars weary of their lives, who, but for dreaming on this fond exploit, for want of means, poor rats had hanged themselves. If we be conquered, let men conquer us, and not these bastard Bretons, whom our fathers have, in their own lands, beaten, bogged and thumped, and in record left the heirs of shame. Shall these enjoy our lands, lie with our wives, ravish our daughters? And now what news?
My lord, he doth deny to come.
And off with his son George's head.
The enemy is past the marsh. After the battle, let the child die.
1,000 hearts are great within my bosom. Advance our standards, set upon our foes. Upon them, victory sits on our helms.
Now Richmond's force lies half a mile at least, south from the mighty power of the king. King Richard's navy is dispersed by tempest. Our friends are up and buckle on their armor. England hath now gone mad and scars herself. The brother blindly sheds the brother's blood. The father rashly slaughters his own son. The son compelled is butchered to the sire. All this divideth York and Lancaster.
Rescue, my lord of Tyrrell, rescue, rescue! The king enacts more wonders than a man, daring and opposite to every danger. His horse is slain, and all on foot he fights. Rescue, fair lord, or else the day is lost.
My horse! A horse! My kingdom for a horse!
Withdraw, my lord, I'll help you to a horse.
Slave. set my life upon a cast, and must now stand the hazard of the die. I think there be 6 Richmonds in the field, 5 have I slain today instead of him.
A horse! A horse, my kingdom for a horse!
Come, let's do it, Pelham. If not to heaven, then hand in hand to hell.
God, in your arms be praised, victorious friends. The day is ours. The bloody dog is dead.
But tell me, my lord, is the young George Stanley still living?
He is, my lord.
Real money is preferred, and also we've got a Venmo on the back of your program. And I'd like to say one final thing. This is my last show with the Dartmouth Group Mechanicals, and This group has been the best part of my time at Dartmouth, and Richard III is my favorite Shakespeare play. I've wanted to do it since I was 7. So this was a wonderful way to end things, and I could not have done it without, we could not have done it without the players, without the crew, but mostly I could not have done it without Lilla, who took most of the initiative on this, and their ambition and their skill and their ingenuity.